Alright, so the next step, or rather next accompaniment for our Thanksgiving feast is a beautiful buttery cornbread. And what we're going to use to get the corn feel is our polenta brahmata right here. Polenta is nothing but just coarsely ground dried corn kernels. So that's what we have here. Whenever you order your own polenta, you will get it in like a vacuum sealed pack like this one. I've just opened it up, but it's completely vacuum sealed. So there's no moisture that goes in during transit or anything like that. So speaking of polenta, that's going to be our first step. We're going to do a cup and a quarter of polenta. So I'm just going to take this, remove this guy out. Level it up. That's a cup. And I'll take a quarter cup now and add that in as well. So what we're doing basically is mixing all of our dry ingredients together, and we're going to be mixing our wet ingredients later as well. So now that our polenta is done, I'm going to put that here, and in comes our flour. We need a cup of our T55 bread flour. The protein content of our bread flour is nice and high, so it gives it that structure. But since we're using less flour than we have the polenta, it's not gonna be very tough to eat either. So goes in. A nice heavy pinch of salt, because as you know, like cornbread is supposed to be like nice and buttery. It's a great balance of salty and sweet. So I like to add a lot of salt in my cornbread. I'm gonna add another slight pinch. There you go. And then some of the main ingredients right here is our leaveners, baking powder and baking soda. I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And half a teaspoon of baking soda. Because baking soda is much more active in its composition than baking powder is. Baking powder needs an acid for it to begin acting as a leavener. So we'll add more baking powder than baking soda, because baking soda can also tend to leave that little bit of bitterness when it's not cooked right, or if there's too much of it. So that's why less baking soda than baking powder. So I'm just going to mix all of my dry ingredients together. Now that that's all mixed, I'm going to just leave this to the side and we'll come back to it. You might be wondering already, what do I have weighed out here? So this is a cup and a quarter of our beautiful almond milk. So since this is a vegan cornbread, I'm using this delicious almond milk, and I'm going to curdle it slightly using our lemon juice concentrate. I didn't have to go through all the trouble of, squeezing cutting the lemons, squeezing them out. All I had to do was get a tablespoon of this lemon juice concentrate, and I'm just going to dump it into this almond milk right here. As it sits, it's going to slightly curdle, and this sort of gives like the effect of buttermilk. As you can see, it's already like started to curdle. We really want that, and this acid is also going to help with the activation of our baking powder, which will give it that soft fluffiness as well. So this goes to the side. This is just going to sit like this curdled, but it's going to really act like buttermilk. Okay, another big step here is to make a flax egg. In vegan baking, we can't really use eggs. So one of my favorite things to use is a ground flax powder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this already ground up flax powder for you, and I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. Because of the amount of fat and the way flax seeds are made, once you add water to it and let it sit, it sort of becomes like a gel-like mixture, and it's the perfect replacement for egg in any baking. So I'm going to take that, 2 teaspoons of this, heaping teaspoons, so there's 1. Just going to add a little bit of water to this, and in about 2 minutes or so you will be able to see the difference in this ground flaxseed and what happens to it after it gels up into our flax egg. Believe it or not, this is one of the most important. Don't make a mess when you're pouring water out of a bottle, because that's just me. But yeah, so if you can see, this mixture is nice and thick already, and it's going to get even thicker. So I'm just going to add a little bit more water to this. It's going to get even thicker as we let it sit to the side. Alright. So what we're doing right now is mise en place. We have our liquid ingredients ready to go, and we have our dry ingredients ready to go. I'm going to put away my notebook because now I have the recipe by heart and I don't need to look at it anymore. Now I'm just going to put away my water, and we're going to start by mixing all of our wet ingredients together. So our curdled almond milk right here. To this I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of melted good spread butter. Look at that, delicious butter. So I've melted it all the way. To that, we'll also be adding some brown sugar. This is dark brown cane sugar. As you can see, it's got a beautiful consistency. It's sticky, it's gooey, and it brings that richness to any recipe. So if you're making your cookies and you've been using just regular granulated caster sugar, I highly recommend that you use this dark brown sugar as well, because it really gives that chewy texture to anything that it's added to. So I'm just going to add it to this. And one of my favorite ingredients is our 100% pure maple syrup, all the way from Canada. Our team works so hard to bring this product, especially, all of them, but this product especially, to bring this product all the way from Canada to your homes. It takes a long time, but we finally have it back. So again, a 1/4 cup of this maple syrup goes right in. There we go. I'm just going to give my board a quick wipe before we can go ahead and add all of the ingredients together to make our cornbread batter. Very important thing when you're cooking or baking is to clean as you go. It never hurts, because a cluttered workspace is going to be a cluttered mind as well, and I don't want that at all. Alright, so now that my station is clean and spick and span, I'm able to think better. But I just want to show you this beautiful flax egg that I created. I told you it would like gel up and become really thick, and that's what's happened. It kind of resembles the texture of an egg when you like drop it like this. So yeah, there's a lot of fat in flax seeds. You can also use chia seeds to make your vegan egg sort of deal. Okay, so basically now everything into our dry ingredients. Mix like this. Take this, and should I put it in? Mix it well. Make sure everything gets in. All of that, beautiful. Oh yes. I'm also going to add the flax egg at this point. I'm going to make sure that I get all of it. This will help the crumb or the inside of the cornbread a lot. That's the function of eggs, even in regular baking. That's the function of eggs also. Oof, that looks like the perfect cornbread consistency as well. I don't want to vigorously whisk it anymore because I don't want the gluten to start developing too much in my batter. So that looks like the right consistency to me. So I'm just going to go ahead. Like what? Like what am I supposed to do with this whisk? Oh, anyway. Ta-da! Like magic, I have a prepared pan right here. I'm just going to use a rubber spatula and pour all of my batter into it. So go right in. Out into a nice flat top. Just going to tap this because the center is always going to be higher than the rest of it, so the tapping just evens it all out. And that's it. Now my oven's been preheating for about the last 10 minutes or so at 200 degrees Celsius. I'm going to bring it down to 180 degrees Celsius. That's a temperature that we're going to bake our cornbread at as well for 30 minutes. I'm just going to rotate it occasionally just so that it bakes evenly, because the back of any oven is going to be hotter than the front, the door part, because the door isn't radiating any of the heat. The back part of the oven has the metal, right? So it is much hotter. So just the rotating of this in the oven is just going to help us. So that's what I'm going to do now. This goes right into the oven. So I'll see you guys in the next 30 minutes. So it's been about 30 minutes that my cornbread's been in the oven. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to take it out, show it to you guys, and then I'm going to let it cool down for about 30 minutes again before we can cut it. Because the crumb on the inside is going to be extremely soft when it's hot. So we have to let it cool down to at least room temperature before we can go ahead and cut it. So let's get it into the oven. That looks great. I see the nice little cracks on the top, which is what you want to see. You can also see how it's like come off from the sides of the cake pan as well. So like I said, this cornbread is now going to cool down till about room temperature. So that will be about 20 to 30 minutes, and then we will cut into it and look at that beautiful texture on the inside. Cornbread is ready. I am absolutely excited to take this out of its pan. It's still a little bit warm, but that's fine. We're going to add a little bit of butter and maple syrup, so it'll be really nice to watch the butter melt onto the cornbread. So I'm just going to try and take this out. It's going to come off pretty easily. Because I lined my pan really well, it shouldn't be hard at all for me to take this out. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use my hand as the base and then just flip it. Feel it come down, leave it, take it out. I'm just going to take these papers off, the main big one right here, sides as well. Doesn't that look so good? Okay, get rid of that, and now it's time to cut it. So why don't you come a little bit closer? I'm going to go in the center first, just so I know how many pieces I can get. Thirds now. So right there and right there is where I'm going to go. So I'm going to go with a slicing motion like this. Ready? Yes, that crumb is nice and soft. It's baked all the way through, which is something that I was slightly nervous about, but it looks like it has actually baked all the way through. Cut this into fours. I'm absolutely ecstatic with my cornbread right here. The color, the texture, the crumb, it looks so good. And there is a little bit of a technique that I would love to share with you guys. I have some hot water right here with a spoon, metal spoon that I've dipped in it. I am just going to take some beautiful good spread butter, take a piece of this delicious cornbread. I'm going to try and do a quenelle of this. We'll see if it works or not. It should. Oh my. There is one more thing that we do need to have this delicious cornbread is some maple syrup. So I'm just gonna go drizzling on this. And there you have it, our delicious 100% plant-based cornbread. So let's go.